Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my current everyday foundation routine. As soon as I'm done filming this video, I'm going to jump straight into my wig party tutorial. So if you guys are curious to see how I did that one, I'll be linking the video down below. I'll also be listing all of the items that I used today, all the products, and I will also be linking those down below. In this tutorial, I didn't really get into contouring or highlighting just because I want to be using this base for that other tutorial that I'm going to be doing. So just did a little bit of contouring on my eyelids. I warmed up my face a little bit, and I will be doing all the other contouring and highlighting in my other tutorial. So if you guys are curious to see what I did and what products I used, just keep on watching. Okay, so I've already moisturized my skin. Whenever I add lotion to my face, I'd like to let it sit for about a minute or two before I actually jump into my foundation, just to really let the skin absorb all the moisture. And then I've also already went ahead and primed my face. I used the spray primer by SKINDINAVIA. I made the switch from the creamy, silky primers that I used to use before to a spray primer just because I tend to use a lot of creams when I'm doing my foundation. And I was noticing that even after I would set my foundation and would top it off with a finishing spray, an anti-shine finishing spray, I would still end up getting oily within the hour or two of applying my makeup. So ever since I made the switch, I've noticed a big difference with the way my foundation holds up throughout the day. I don't get as oily anymore. And when I do, I have like this more of a dewy kind of look as opposed to an oily face. So now I'm going to go in with I'm going to go in with a mattifier, and then I'm going to go in with a pore minimizer. I just started using this one, and it is really good. The foundation goes on so much smoother. You have kind of like a flawless finish when you're done applying your makeup. So again, you apply this on the skin all over. And then when I'm applying the pore minimizer, I'm gonna go in just my T-zone, just my problem areas where I have the most noticeable pores. And whenever you're rubbing anything into your skin, always pull upwards, not downwards. So now I'm going in with my pore minimizer, just using a small amount, and just applying it to my problem areas. And then blending out the excess. Whatever was left over, I'm just blending it out. Okay, so once again, that was the Pore Professional Matte Rescue and the Pore Professional Pore Minimizer. Both of them are from BEVERLY. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my enhancer, and this is by Napoleon PERDIS. It is a pink base. And I am just going to be applying it to the highest points of my face where the sun naturally hits me. To do this under my actual foundation because I feel like the glow is more natural when it comes from under the skin as opposed to when you put it over. It just naturally brightens exactly where it's supposed to be brighter. I currently have been using the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills Stick Foundation and the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage. I am a shade Honey in the ANASTASIA, and then I am Tan Sand in this one. Taking just a small amount into my hand, and I'm going to be blending it in with the ANASTASIA Stick Foundation. So just take the stick and then just blend it in with the foundation. I like to blend my foundations just because I find that it's harder for me to find a shade that perfectly matches my skin tone. And when you blend foundations, you just get a custom shade. And I feel like it comes closer to your natural shade than just one single foundation would. I'm actually going to be working the product into the Beauty Blender, and then I'll be taking it into my face. I like to work the foundation into the Beauty Blender as opposed to putting the foundation on my face and then blending it out. Just because you get more control with how much product you're applying onto your face if you do it that way. And this all over my face, even in my eyelids. And I like to do this because it gives me an even coverage all over my face. I spend a lot of time blending my foundation in. So if you really work that foundation into your skin, it's really going to pay off. Your makeup is going to last a lot longer and it's going to look a lot more natural. And I'm doing when I'm doing makeup for my clients, this is the longest or the most time consuming part of makeup that I do on my clients. Okay, now I'm going to be taking my corrector by Napoleon PERDIS. This is an Australian brand you can find online. I'll be linking everything below. So I'm just taking a small amount, just very small amount, and with my finger, I'm just placing it right where I have the blues. So just right in the inner corner. The blues and the blue. Little goes a long way with this product. You don't want to use too much of this. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender and just blend that in. Now I'm going to be going in with both of my NARS concealers. So I'm going to be using the shade Ginger and Custard. I'm going to grab Ginger. Ginger also has kind of that pink undertone and pink salmon undertone. So I'm going to take that right on the inner. I'm going to make like a triangle shape. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Custard and put that on the outer edges. So kind of where I put my enhancer at first, just to brighten the skin a little more. This has more of a yellow undertone, and since I don't have any of the blues or the purples down on this side, that's why I like to use a yellow base as opposed to a pink base. And just blend it in. Okay, so now to set this, I'm going to be using this mattifying mineral powder, and this is also by Napoleon PERDIS, but I think banana powder is the same type of powder. This has a yellow undertone as well, so this is also going to brighten. So I'm just going to be taking this little sponge, and then I'm dipping it into the powder. And then I'm going to be applying it. I'm setting it everywhere where I put my concealer. And bringing that powder down. I'm not grabbing any more product, just spreading it around on this side. Okay. Now when I go on the other side, then I'm grabbing more product. So now that I've set this, I'm going to go ahead and buff it out. And when I buff it out, I'm going to be buffing it out with, I'm using the Bare Minerals press powder, and I'm in shade RR30. And then I'm buffing everything out. Now when I'm buffing this out, I'm using very light hand because I don't want to move the product that I just applied. So very, very light hand. And that is the reason why I set before I go ahead and buff out the foundation, because it prevents the product from moving. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with a little angled brush. And since I already have bold brows, I'm going to go in with this MAC Carbon Black Shadow. So just lightly feathering the product in. Then when I get to the end, I go in backwards. Just very light strokes. Okay, a little brush. And just brush out the product. Okay, quick and easy. And then just to darken them up a little bit more, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil. And I am in shade, I believe it's Amber, Granite. Okay, so just lightly feathering the ends, brushing it out. Now I'm going to go in with my brow gel, and this is from Elf Cosmetics. It's like $2. So I love using this one just because it's so cheap and it works perfectly. Gets the job done. And just brush it out and place it right where I want it to be. Now I'll go ahead and do the other eye. Okay, so now I'm just going to really quickly warm up the skin. So I'm going to be taking a fluffy, just a real soft fluffy brush. I actually don't know where I got this, but it's just a really big fluffy brush. I'm going to be taking the contour kit, medium to tan from Anastasia. And I'm just going to be grabbing this color right here. And I'm going to be taking just a tiny bit of this color. So I'm just blending that in. And then just dab one and then blend out of the kit. And then just applying it to the outside of my face. Now I'm just going to lightly contour my eyelid. So I'm just going to be using this fluffy brush. It's a Morphe G24. And I'm going to be using my Hoola Benefit bronzing powder. And just grabbing a tiny bit. And just when I contour my eyes, I like to create a little, this kind of gives your face a little lift. So right where you naturally have that, well, I have this little dip right here. So just flick it out and it like lifts up your face a little. And when I'm doing this, always light hands. I want it to look subtle. I don't want a dark line coming out this way. Now I'm gonna lightly warm up my my crease with this I think it's Melba blush by MAC. I like to apply blush into my crease just to warm it up. I feel like it just ties everything together. Okay, so that pretty much does it for just our foundation. When I was going to makeup school, we would call this the lingerie stage. So now that I have my base on, like I said earlier, I will be linking the wig makeup tutorial down below. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.